Number 2, mistakes to avoid as a church member with regards to guest preachers. It is unethical to go behind your pastor to visit the church of a guest preacher to demand for opportunity or prayers. It is unethical to go behind your pastor to visit the church of a guest preacher to demand for opportunity or for prayers. A lot of church members have gone after guest preacher to demand for job, to demand for money, to demand for accommodation. Let me say this. Only the host pastor knows the guest preacher. Because we live in a time where men of God will come behind someone else's pulpit and sound as though they have the whole money in the world. Meanwhile, the host preacher knows that this guy is living by faith. Don't be carried away. I'm not saying you should despise guest preachers. No. But don't fall victim of going behind your pastor to visit the church of a guest preacher to look for a job opportunity, to ask for accommodation. And we saw a man who did that called Judas. He went behind the senior pastor to lobby with the senior pastor's enemies. You are not to do that. You went on Facebook to search for the name of the man of God, search for the location of his church, look for when he's having prophetic meeting, and you visit him secretly. It's unethical. 7 mistakes to avoid as a church member with regards to guest preachers. Number 3, it is unethical to accept the invitation of a guest preacher to join his or a WhatsApp prayer group or church service. It is unethical to accept the invitation of a guest preacher to join his or her WhatsApp prayer group or church meetings or prophetic fellowship. It is unethical. When a guest preacher comes here and stumble on your contact and is inviting you or she's inviting you, I have this WhatsApp prayer group. When you join it, your life will never remain the same. It is not ministry. That should not be done. John chapter 10, verse 1 to 5. John 10, 1 to 5. Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that entereth not by the door into the sheepfold, but climbeth up some other way, the same is a thief and a robber. A pastor who is being hosted, who wants you to come to his prayer meeting or join his prayer group on WhatsApp, is a thief. No matter the anointing on his life, is a thief. No matter the anointing on her life. And if you also go behind to look for the contact of a man of God because the person came and gave you a prophetic word, and you say, hey, nobody has ever decoded this aspect of my life before. My God, this is my solution. No matter what pastor says, I will chase after this man of God. You are also a thief. Verse 2. But he that entereth in by the door is the shepherd of the sheep. Is the shepherd of the sheep. Verse 3. To him the porter openeth, and the sheep hear his voice. And he calleth his own sheep by name, and leadeth them out. Only the host pastor can call the members by names. I've heard story of men of God who were being hosted and they scattered the congregation where they were being hosted. They destroyed the ministry. You think some men of God don't want to have guest speakers? They want to have guest speakers. Just as you cannot leave your daughters with a stranger or with an uncle, there are pastors who don't trust their members with other pastors. Why? Because they are going to sow a seed of discourse and confusion. I have never gone to anywhere and I invite their members to join this church. Never. I'm not that hungry for members. Because I believe that in ministry, it is what you sow that you reap. What you don't sow, you don't reap.